Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done one of these Power Rangers reviews, and I probably should be getting back to them at some point. So let's start reviewing Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Power Rangers Jungle Fury, as a whole, I really enjoyed this season when I watched it for the first time on Netflix, because I remember when I was flipping through the channels when I was younger, I saw the advertisement for that season, and I like swore off Power Rangers. Then I watched it on Netflix for the first time for the first sit down, and thoroughly enjoyed that season. I think the cast had a good mix of charisma while also having some decent storylines, and the themes towards it was very interesting and how they explored the story of it not just being a focused Red Ranger season where it just had like a backdrop of stopping this evil person who believes animal spirits should take over the world, and the other people who have access to that become Power Rangers, and it's an active threat to stop. It actually felt like they were trying in this season. That I really liked that that this team actually had some ambitions in connection to the main thread of the series of Daishi, and how he took it as a human vessel, as someone who has resentment towards how he felt as he was training. Honestly, I did enjoy the stories in this season. The characters were really good. I did like that they did bring in some of the characters that they did, and again, this one kind of got me in the back of my mind, like, how did RJ have connections to the Ranger Source? And I do have a theory on how that could have worked, but that's a different video for a different time. As for another Power Rangers theory video, I would probably want to do. But honestly, this season alone, I literally did enjoy the action, the tone, the themes, the backdrop, having being rooted in the like animal themed season. That was enjoyable. That was like felt like a loose successor to like what Wild Force was at the time, and it was like the new generation of what that season was for that like '09 wave, that was like '08 wave that came out. And honestly, this was a very fun season. I would say hands down. It's hard to say that there's nothing really bad about it. Yes, there is some drawbacks with, I think, that writer's strike that kind of took a hit on this season and on the other seasons before from that time frame. Honestly, I enjoyed this season. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, but again, like I said, I enjoyed the action, I enjoyed the acting, I enjoyed the tone, and I enjoyed the stories. And honestly, it's one of my favorite seasons of all time. I wouldn't say it's like one of the best in like my top 10, probably like in the top 15 it would probably be somewhere. But again, it's a worth watching season for me. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Jungle Fury. Again, the story was fun. That's all I have to say for that season as a whole, as a look back on the Power Rangers seasons. And join me when I talk about my next Power Rangers season review for RPM.